Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tuesday. This is the Crafty Cottage. If you're new here, I'm glad you're here. If you're not new here, welcome back. I'm glad you're here. I'm very excited for today's video because I didn't really go on a book haul. However, I am calling this video a thrifted book haul because all of these books are secondhand. All these books were kind of on my TBR, or they were just books that I saw and I was like, ooh, I want that. So, but a lot of them were books that were on my TBR that I was like, hey, this is on this list and I'm gonna get it because it's like 50 cents. So I got all these books either from Goodwill or garage sales. For the first, it's not really a book, kind of is a book that I want to show you. I got this awesome traveler's notebook from Goodwill. It doesn't have anything in it yet, but traveler's notebook. I have been wanting one of these for a long time, and like obviously it's used, but that's okay. I've been wanting one of these for a long time. Haven't figured out what I'm going to use it yet for. I also have to, I think I'm going to make the little booklets that go inside, because that would be fun. And if y'all are interested in a video on me making the booklets that go inside, please let me know down below and I will gladly do that. So the first thing that I'm showing you that I got is this awesome traveler's notebook. The second thing that I got from my thrifted haul is also not a book, but kind of a book. It's this awesome notebook from Game of Thrones. It's, I always forget her name. The Red Woman. If you've seen Game of Thrones, it's the Red Woman. It says, "The night is dark and full of terrors." So on the front, it's her like this, and on the back, it's her like this. I haven't finished the series, so, but I have seen, there's, spoiler, here, spoiler, saying a spoiler. If you haven't seen it, skip this part. I will put a timestamp somewhere on the screen. If you haven't seen Game of Thrones and you're interested in it, skip this part. Skipping, skip, timestamp. So I have seen the part where, the first part where she like takes off her little necklace thing and she becomes an old woman. I have seen that part, so like I understand kinda, but like I haven't seen anything else about her. I think recently when I watched it, she had left Jon Snow, she went to Daenerys, I'm pretty sure, and yeah. So I haven't like really seen much of her lately. So, end spoiler. Alright, so this is a cute little notebook. It's got the elastic band on it. When I got it, it was in plastic. It had plastic over it. The edges are red. Focus on the book, not me. The edges are red, which I think is really cool. And then if you open it up, it's got a little bit about the Red Woman, and then the pages themselves, it's just a notebook, but I think it's cool because it's got the spot for the date and then the weather, which is very interesting for a notebook to have. So that is the second thing that I got from Goodwill. The third book that I thrifted, I actually got this one at a garage sale, is The Green Mile by Stephen King. I actually didn't know that this was a book until I was looking for books to put on my TBR, and this one popped up and I put it on there, and then like that same week I saw it at a garage sale and I was like, I gotta have it. So The Green Mile. I don't know if this is like the movie. If it is and you've never seen it and you have no idea what this book is about, or the movie. It's about some inmates on death row. I think, I've never had to explain the movie before, so like I haven't seen it in a long time. I can just read the blurb on the back for you. Welcome to Cold Mountain Penitentiary, home to the depression-worn men of E Block. Convicted killers each awaits his turn to walk the Green Mile, keeping a date with Old Sparky, Cold Mountain's electric chair. Prison guard Paul Edgecombe has seen his share of oddities in his years working the mile, but he has never seen anyone like John Coffey, a man with the body of a giant and the mind of a child, condemned for a crime terrifying in its violence and shocking in its depravity. In this place of ultimate retribution, Edgecombe is about to discover the terrible, wondrous truth about Coffey, a truth that will challenge his most cherished beliefs and yours. So in the movie, Tom Hanks plays Paul, I don't think he's the warden. I don't think that's the right word, but he's like the head guard or whatever. And John Coffey is, I can't remember his name. I'll flash it on the screen because it's going to drive me crazy unless I know who it is. But I think basically it's been thought that like he's like an angel or something like that. But this is a great movie. I'm hoping it's a really good book. It's pretty big. But it is on my TBR to read. Hopefully it'll come up soon in my game. Book number 4 is actually a reread for me, but I listened to the audiobook for this book and I was very excited when I saw the actual paper edition because I've actually been thinking about buying it, and everywhere was like 20 bucks, blah blah blah, which is cheap for a book, but yeah. So I went to a garage sale and I found it for $1. So book number 4 is Girl Wash Your Face by Rachel Hollis. This is a great book. This is the only book so far that I've given 5 stars. Like, I loved this book. And like I said, I listened to the audiobook. And the audiobook is Rachel Hollis actually reading it. It is a very, very motivational book. It's the like subtitle, I guess, is Stop Believing the Lies About Who You Are So You Can Become Who You're Meant to Be. This is such a great book. It's a self-help, motivational, and inspirational book. It's not very big at all. Like, I think the audiobook was like 7 hours. And it took me like a day and a half to listen to it, along with like all the other stuff that I have to do. But like, this book is so good. She talks about like taking care of yourself, self-care, which is very important for everybody. Everybody needs to be in self-care. But she just like, it's such a good book. She uses her own life to tell you how to be you. Like, it's a good book. It's a good book. Read it if you haven't. I suggest the audiobook. I just wanted a physical copy of the book because I like physical copies of books. So read this or listen to the audiobook. I highly recommend it. It is so good. So for book number 5, I have The Hunger Games. I got this from the same garage sale as the last book. I've actually never read the Hunger Games series. I watched the first movie and part of the second movie, but it wasn't really my favorite. Like, I liked it, but I didn't. So I never saw the third one. But I got the book because I thought the books would be interesting to read. Most people already know what this is about, so I don't feel like I have to explain this one, but got this one from a garage sale also. For book number 6, I got this book at Goodwill, which Goodwill, nobody ever thinks to go there for books, but they actually have like a wonderful selection. So I had put this book on my TBR when I first decided that I wanted to have a TBR. And so I saw it and I was like, I have to get that regardless of how much it is. So for book number 6, I have The Tattooist of Auschwitz by Heather Morris. I I think this is a love story. Like, I honestly have no idea what this book is about. I've just seen it a lot, and I've seen booktubers talk about it. And it just, and you know, I got my degree in history, so why wouldn't I get it? And it just, I don't know. Something about it strikes me as going to be a good book. On the back it says, I tattooed her number on her left hand and she tattooed her number in my heart. So yeah, I think it's a love story, obviously about the Holocaust. So I'm really excited to read this. Hope it gets on my TBR soon. For book number 7, I also got this one at Goodwill. It is American Sniper by Chris Kyle. I didn't watch this movie, but I heard it was really, really good. So this is a book about, it's about Chris Kyle. Whoa, I didn't know that. Okay, I'm gonna read the back. From 1999 to 2009, U.S. Navy SEAL Chris Kyle recorded the most career sniper kills in United States military history. His fellow American warriors, whom he protected with deadly precision from rooftops and stealth positions during the Iraq War, called him the legend. Meanwhile, the enemy feared him so much they named him Al-Shaitan. Shaitan means the devil, and placed a bounty on his head. Kyle, who was tragically killed in 2013, writes honestly about the pain of war, including the deaths of 2 close SEAL teammates. And in moving first-person passages throughout, his wife, Taya, speaks openly about the strains of war on their family, as well as on Chris, gripping the unforgettable. Kyle's masterful account of his extraordinary battlefield experiences ranks as one of the great war memoirs of all time. So I'm excited to read this. I hope it gets on my TBR soon. I can think of a couple prompts that this would work for. So I hope I get those in my next TBR game. The next book is, I think, also from Goodwill. They have really good books, you guys. Go check out your local Goodwill for books. But this next book was recommended to me by one of my pen pals. It is Nicholas Sparks' Every Breath. I don't actually know what this is about. I just got it because my pen pal recommended it to me. It's a Nicholas Sparks book, so it's gotta be good, right? Obviously a romance novel, because that's like all he writes. Not romance novel. What is it? It's a novel, and it has romance in it. But it's not what I'm thinking. I don't know what this is about, but I am excited to read it just because she recommended it to me. So we'll see where that comes in. For the next book, this one can actually fit into a few topics, I think, a few prompts. Also at Goodwill, I went to Goodwill a couple times in the past month and just picked up a bunch of books. But this book, I had heard a lot about it, and I thought it was about something completely different, but I was informed that it is not what I thought it was about. But it is Fahrenheit 451 by Ray Bradbury. I didn't realize that this was like a classic book. Like I was talking about reading classics, and my boyfriend was like, well, have you read this one? And I was like, no. So I got it. There is a space for classics on my game. So we'll see if I can get this. I think this is like one of the very first like dystopian future novels. And like, I think the government is like taking over or something. I can't even remember. I thought it was about something else. They're burning books. That's it. Because on the front it's a match and a book. A matchbook. That's funny. They're burning books, I think. So people can't read, which is ironic that it's a book. We'll see when this comes up. But I'm excited about it. And the last book of my thrift haul, also from Goodwill, is New Moon. by Stephenie Meyer. I actually just listened to this audiobook. I have all the other Twilight books. I have Twilight and Eclipse and Breaking Dawn, but I didn't have New Moon, so I got it. It was pretty cheap. The second book of the Twilight series, it just follows Bella some more and her weird love triangle with a vampire and a werewolf. And that's not a spoiler because these have been out for years. But I did just finish it, but I did want to complete my physical copies of these books. So I'm very excited to have this. Since I did just listen to the audiobook, I'm not in a hurry to reread it, but hopefully I'll get to it at some point in the future. I hope you guys like this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to be notified whenever I post more videos. I'm very excited to get to all these books at some point. I will see you guys next week.